guys, today I wanted to talk you through some of my favourite affordable drugstore slash pharmacy products. My main passion lies in luxury makeup and skincare, but of course I still find amazing things in the drugstore or the pharmacies. Today I just wanted to run you through some of my most recent finds and also some oldie but goodie ones. First I have a primer, and this is the L'Oreal Infallible Mattifying Base Primer. If you have oily skin, or if you find that your foundation just wears off really quickly, you're going to love this. The second you apply it to the skin, you can instantly see that it decreases shine and just has a really smoothing effect on the skin as well, so it just makes a great base for beneath foundation. The Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Foundation is one of my new holy grail drugstore finds. This foundation is so gorgeous. I have it on today and the coverage is incredible. It is really smoothing on the skin. I feel like it really blurs out pores and lines and all of that kind of jazz. And as it wears throughout the day, I really don't find myself getting too shiny or oily or anything. At the moment my skin is a little drier than normal because of the cold weather, so I make sure I have a really good moisturizer beneath it. It's one of the best I've ever found in the drugstore and I'm just obsessed with it at the moment. It's just amazing quality for the price that you're paying. I really suggest trying this one out. And another foundation is the Covergirl Ready Set Gorgeous Fresh Complexion Oil-Free Foundation. This is another really good coverage smoothing foundation. It's not quite as good coverage as the Maybelline one. I don't like it quite as much, but it really is very nice on the skin. I find the oily skin girls will definitely like this, but I think really anyone could wear this. I don't find it particularly drying at all. And it wears really well throughout the day as well. It's another really good affordable option to try out. For mascara, the first mascara I've really been enjoying lately is the L'Oreal False Lash Wings Mascara. This has a really cool brush. It's kind of curved and then you've got this like pointy bit here. It gives a lot of volume to the lashes right at the root and then separates at the ends. And it does also help to kind of flick the lashes out on the ends. It's really nice. I don't think anyone would consider these drugstore, but I did want to mention them here as an affordable product because I'm so blown away by the quality. I recently purchased the Socialeyes lashes and lash glue. These are the Glamorous Shorty lashes. If you've got hooded eyes but you still want a nice fluttery lash, you need these. I have them on today. They still look quite natural, but they just give you that extra bit of kind of flutter and drama. And this glue, oh my goodness, I feel like this glue is making me good at applying lashes. I don't know how else to put it. Lashes are no longer a bother to me. I used to only wear lashes on very special occasions, and now I'm like wearing them every single day because they're just so easy to apply. If you didn't know, Socialeyes is Carissa Pux's line and she has just hit the nail on the head. This brand is phenomenal. You need to try it out. In comparison to the lashes that you get from high-end makeup brands and also some of the lashes that you get in the drugstore, these are both super affordable. And finally is a mascara you recently heard me talk about in my favorites, so I won't go on about it for too long. It's the Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara. I feel like this is almost a better version of Benefit's Roller Lash, which I really like, but this just doesn't smudge quite as much on me. It does take a little bit more work than Roller Lash, that's for sure. I do recommend you taking off all of the excess product if you want to get nice separated long lashes. You won't get a nice lash effect unless you take off the excess, so just keep that in mind if you're giving this a try, but other than that, love it. As long as you use it correctly, this is so good for really lifted long lashes. Let's talk about brows. I feel like affordable brands don't always hit the nail on the head with brow products, but L'Oreal recently have really got it down. The first thing I am in love with is the L'Oreal Brow Artist Plumper. This is like the Benefit Give Me Brow, but like just a million times better. It really thickens out the brows and adds colour and also sets at the same time, and you get so much product. I really love the wand as well. I feel like it's kind of the perfect size for my brows, which are quite full. I am just in love with this product. I think it's my favourite setting product at the moment from any brand, so that's saying something. And next up is the L'Oreal Brow Artist Genius Kit. When it comes to filling in my brows, I do gravitate more towards pencils, but if I was going to use a powder and gel or wax kind of formula or product, this is a really good one. This particular set is just the tiniest bit dark for me, but for anyone else who's darker than me or brunette, this would be perfect. There's lots of more shades in the range as well. The colours are nice and cool. There's no red tones in them, which is great, and it's just a fab product. And the little travel tweezers and spoolie and brush that you get with it is really good as well. One of the best brow products I've seen in the drugstore so far. I found a few eyeshadows recently that I really like, and that is so unusual for me. I don't feel like the more affordable brands get eyeshadow quite as well as the luxury brands, and when I buy palettes from the luxury brands, I feel like it works out as the same price as the affordable brands, so I just don't spend my money on affordable brands for eyeshadow. But in saying that, there are a few brands that have recently brought out some amazing eyeshadows. I don't know if they're all brand new, some of them are just new to me, but let's get started. The first one is the Socialeyes Mettalix eyeshadow. This is what I would assume is very similar to the Stila foiled eyeshadows. I haven't tried them, so I can't say. This is absolutely incredible. This is a super pigmented foiled eyeshadow. This is the shade Pearl Jammin, but I think I'm gonna have to pick up so many more shades. This is like a gold shade, but when you swatch these on your finger, it's like cream foil amazingness. The pigment is just insane. I cannot believe an affordable brand has come out with such an incredible product. I can't wait to show you guys this in a tutorial soon, so stay tuned. Next is the L'Oreal Color Riche L'Ombre Pure eyeshadow in the shade Café Saint Germain. This is a really gorgeous taupe shade. I used it in a tutorial recently, so I can link that down below for you. But it's just a really nice taupey, silvery kind of shade. It's gorgeous. The formula is fab. I would recommend trying out any of the L'Oreal Infallible eyeshadow ranges. The loose pressed powder ones are incredible, and these ones are amazing too. The texture is so soft and buttery and pigmented that it really is something you think you'd be seeing from a more expensive brand. I am so excited that Maybelline decided to go down the palette route. I think this is something that the drugstore really needed, and I'm really impressed with this palette. I used it recently in my Gigi Hadid tutorial, and it's just fab. The shimmery shades are the best. They're very buttery and pigmented. I have them on my eyelids today. Shimmery shades do tend to be a lot more buttery than normal shades, but I also really like the rest. They're not the most amazing, fantastic eyeshadows in the world, but they are very good. If you're looking for a palette and you really don't want to, you know, splash out with money, this is great. You've got really nice light colors for the daytime, just for a bit of color in the crease and a little wash on the lids, and then you can really smoke it up for nighttime. I highly recommend this if you're looking for eyeshadows and you really don't want to shell out too much. Also from Maybelline, their Color Molten by iStudio palettes that come in the little duo shades are also really good. Now, these feel amazingly buttery, and when you put them on the eyes, they're super pigmented. They do tend to fade a little bit, so if you can put a primer or a cream eyeshadow underneath, I really would recommend doing that. But for the price you're paying and the little duo that it comes in, they are amazing eyeshadows. They've really got that soft, almost creamy, buttery texture just down. Apply the primer and you'll find they'll last much better. Okay, we're on to lipstick. I'm going to try my best to not ramble, but who knows. The first one is the L'Oreal Paris, I think they're called Infallible liquid lipsticks. They look like this anyway. They've got a liquid lipstick on one end, and then they have a balm on the other. So the idea is that you apply the liquid lipstick and then let that dry, and then you put the balm over the top to add some moisture. These are incredibly long lasting. I put a swatch on my arm the other day and it was there for like 2 days. I couldn't get it off, which can sometimes be a bad thing, but I feel like things come off your lips easier than they do on your arms. These last incredibly long. It's actually insane. And this red shade, the shade 506 Red Infallible is all it's called. This is beautiful, and especially if you're going to wear a red lipstick, you do not want that going up to your nose and your eyebrows and smudging around your face. So I would definitely give this a try if you just want to branch into colour but you're afraid of it smudging everywhere. These are fab. Also from L'Oreal, I've been loving the L'Oreal Infallible lipstick in the shade Persistent Plum. This is almost like MAC's Rebel or MAC Diva. It's a beautiful, deep, vampy shade, and it's just fab. It's not super matte. It does have a little bit of slip to it, so it's not the most long-wearing one, but it lasts a really nice amount of time for a drugstore lipstick, and the colour is just gorgeous. It's so nice. Just a dark lip with some mascara is such an amazing look, and this colour is perfect. I love it. The Rouge Edition Velvets from Boudoir are honestly One of my favorite lip products of all time, not just from the drugstore, I'm talking like out of any brand ever. They're liquid lipsticks that you just apply with a wand like a lip gloss, and then they dry down to a velvety matte finish. So you know the kind of really chalky matte that you feel with a lot of liquid lipsticks that's just quite uncomfortable? You do not get this with this. I don't know what it is about the formula, but it's matte and it's set in place, but it doesn't feel like really sticky matte, like chalky matte. It's really hard to describe. It still feels smooth and your lips don't feel ridiculously dehydrated. I rate this much higher than a lot of high-end lipstick products I've tried, and they've got a really nice colour range as well. I have heard that there are a couple of shades that aren't quite as nice, so do your research before picking out some shades. I don't really have that many. I only have this one and Peach Club, but I really like both of them. This is the shade 1, Rouge Personne, I think. And this is just a great red. I love it. If I'm ever wearing a red lipstick during the day, I often gravitate towards this one because it just is comfortable and it doesn't go anywhere. Rimmel Kate Moss lipsticks are some of the best lipsticks out there when it comes to affordable brands. And one of my favorite Kate Moss ones is the shade number 10. And it's just a nice matte red. It's absolutely fab. And also another Rimmel lipstick that I love is from the Moisture Renew collection, and this is the shade I have on today. This is the shade Notting Hill Nude. It's a really nice, more peachy brown nude, and it's super moisturizing on the lips. The only thing about this I've heard people complain about is that it's quite a heavily fragranced lipstick, but it doesn't really bother me. I've come across some pretty smelly lipsticks in my day, and this one does not even compare at all. I think it's not that bad at all. So maybe have a little sniff in store and see if you can handle the smell, but I don't really think it's that bad. And the colour, as you can see, is really, really nice and wearable. I really like it. I'm not going to say too much about the Maybelline Colour Drama lip pencils because I've done a whole swatch video and review on them, but they're incredible. If you don't have any, you need to pick them up. This is the shade Nude and this is the shade Fab Orange. They're both incredible, but I like almost every colour from the range. Go check out that video if you haven't. You're going to want them all after it. Honestly, they're such an amazing lip product. I also recently discovered the Go Long Australis Longwear lipstick in this shade Boho. It's a very dark mauvey kind of brown pink, very Kylie Jenner-y, and it's really, really nice if you're looking for an affordable Kylie Jenner shade instead of going into MAC and picking up those shades. That's really good. There is a lot of Maybelline in this video, but honestly I've been blown away by so many of their products recently, and I just wanted to mention a few face products that I think you guys will love. First up is the Fit Me powders. I know these have been out for quite a while, but I've only recently tried them and they are amazing. I have them on today over my foundation, and as you can see, I don't look overly matte or cakey or anything like that. They set your foundation, add a little bit of coverage, and they're really smoothing. What more could you want? Maybelline have also recently brought out the Master Sculpt Contouring Palette. This is the shade Dark, but there's a light shade as well. Such a genius idea. This is what was missing from the drugstore brands. The contour shade I was really, really blown away by and surprised by. It blends really smoothly into the skin, and I feel like the shades are really good contour shades. I feel like so many contour shades go very orangey, and this is great. It's a really cool brown, and I feel like everyone is going to be able to achieve a subtle contoured look with this. The highlight shade is okay. It's not amazing, but I would definitely buy this for the contour shade. I also really like the Fit Me bronzer and the Fit Me blush. This is the shade Medium Bronze, and this is the shade Medium Nude. And lastly, I have some concealers. Yes, these are both from Maybelline. No, this video is not sponsored by Maybelline. Again, I'm really liking their products lately. The first one is the Instant Age Rewind Concealer. This is absolutely fab for highlighting. I have the shade Fair Light. I do need a little bit more coverage than this for my bags, which I get from this concealer I'll talk about in a second. But this one is just really thin, and it adds like brightness and lightness to the face without adding too much coverage. And then the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer is what I use to cover up my bags. I have it on today. I also used it to highlight the face. I have the shade Light for highlighting and for under my eyes, but I also have a darker shade for blemishes. It's just a fab concealer. It's super creamy, it's got good coverage, and it blends out really nicely. I feel like I've been talking for about 7 hours. Oh my goodness. That is all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video and you found some new products to try out. Definitely let me know your favourite products in the comment section below, of course. I always like to be enabled. That's all I have for today. I hope you have a great rest of the day and I will see you again very soon.